It doesn't show well on my camera. Oh wait, if I just stabilize. Stable, Michael. There, stable.
I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of Mystic. Let's take off Mystic's blankie. Wake her up. I just went to my buddy Joe Stanzak's place because he's working on a Mystic with the new CPR Playfield, new CPR plastics. And I went there because he offered me his old plastics. These are my old ones. And these are his. And they are all in actually really good shape compared to mine. So, thanks, Joe. Those will be perfectly sufficient. They are probably a 9 out of 10. Mine were like a 5 out of 10. But when I was there, I noticed how beautiful his CPR brand new Playfield looked. And it made me want to never look at mine again. 'Cause it's not as pretty. But that's okay, Mystic. I will give you love. You've just got patina. That's what it's called. Right? A little bit of extra saran wrap mylar. So, I did bring my solenoid driver to Joe because we were going to try and troubleshoot an issue with his vector. There's a solenoid not working. So he replaced the solenoid. Sorry, Joe. I'm mentioning this out into the shenanigander world. But he must have, well, he did wire the solenoid incorrectly, the new one, and melted the new solenoid. So I found that the new solenoid sleeve had melted inside. So we didn't get around to testing my driver board in his, because yeah, he's just gonna get Corey over from London Pinball and bring a coil. I didn't have a coil on me. I wasn't really expecting the new one to be fried, but I did bring a tip 102 transistor just in case, but we never really got that far. Anyway, that's why my solenoid driver is out, but that's okay because that is for my Nugent, and Nugent needs its board back. This is a board that I have that apparently is working. But I do want to probably replace this capacitor and do the ground mods on the back. And then I can pop that in there. And in theory, this should work. We got a new 5-volt regulator. Possibly... I gave this to my buddy Davis Still, like years ago, to soup this up for me. And I don't know that I ever stuck it in a machine until, well, soon. Does that look like those have been reflowed? And I don't have to do that? That looks like maybe the headers were reflowed. It looks like the high voltage transistors have been replaced. So this high voltage section might have been blown. Kind of looks like the outside pins were reflowed. And why does everything look so blurry? So I'm going to test this board for the first time since I had it fixed by Davis Still 4 years ago, maybe 3. Hey, look, that almost looks like a new capacitor as well. So yeah, I think I'll do that first because I'd like to get my slingshot working and my saucer working. And once I do that, then it's go time. I think I should be able to put all new rubbers on, find some maybe new lane guides. I missed a couple LEDs, and then Joe's plastics. Get this thing repopulated. So that's the goal for tonight. And then if I get that far, then I might start working on LEDs. Oh, that means I have to put in my Alltech lamp driver. So we'll do this first. No, number 1, number 2, and then number 3 in that order. So give me a moment or an hour and I will be back. Well, one thing I never did mention is that messing with the lane guides here, this one was really out of whack, so I just removed it completely. So I'm going to glue this in. So I have that to do as well. Add that to the list. And this guy, I had to also glue this front end, and it was a little sketchy. And then once the dust settles, I can see if there's a ball hop on either side and kind of mess with them. But I did have to glue this guy in, and I have to reinsert that guy with some glue as well. Alright, I think our work is done here. We've got the ground mod from test point 1 to test point 3. We got the negative leg of the capacitor tied into ground, the negative leg of the other capacitor tied into ground, and I reflowed the headers anyways, just to be safe. And we got a new 15,000 UF 35 volt capacitor to get rid of this honking guy. He's only 11,000. I think it's, oh, and only 20 volt. I think it's supposed to be minimum 25, so I'm glad I got rid of that guy. Vid says change this too, but I don't think anybody does, and I don't think I'm going to, unless I need to for whatever reason. But now we shall pop this in and see if all my solenoids work. Alright, let's turn on this bad boy. Hope that no fuses explode, no smoke on the solenoid driver. I didn't get that boop audio startup sound. Why did I not get that? We're in attract mode, so everything seems to be good there. Alright, let's just throw this in. Solenoid test. Okay, that's lamp test. What is that? Display test. Ah, yes, that reminds me. Display number 2. Need to reflow that. Here's solenoids. Did this guy kick? I think 2 pop bumpers are firing at the same time. Just probably a little adjusted too close. But did you see that? My right slingshot and this guy are now working. So I think we're in business. I'll deal with adjusting pop bumper switches later. But yeah, that's a success. So far anyway. Yeah, great. So I can put my solenoid driver back in Nugent. This is bothering me. That's friggin' saran wrap, Mylar. Peel it off one friggin' minuscule piece at a time. Okay, so that is done. I'm happy with that, and I'm going to vacuum up the playfield one more time and then install some rubber. I'll be back. Alright, I got my wire guide installed with some crazy glue, and yeah, that was a poor feed. That was better. Looks like that is a nice non-ball hoppy feed. And the other side, if I could actually drop it properly, might be a little bit more hoppy, but that was a good one. So I think I can probably live with that. Yeah, I'm good. Alright, I think I got all the rubbers on. Using the manual there, make sure I get it right. I wonder if this is the original post here. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's more one of these on that side. But this is probably sufficient to keep the ball from smashing into the spinner wire. Still didn't hear my power up noise, and the speaker's kind of buzzing. But here's some blue lane guides. I think they might look better than the old quote-unquote white ones that are more tan with red stains. So I think I'll give that a try, although I've got open-ended on the one side. I think it's open-ended on both sides. No, that's two-sided, one-sided. So I don't know if you can put in a two-sided in place of a one-sided. I don't know why not, but I could always use my utility knife and nip off an end if I need to. But yeah, I think that'll look cooler than beige, white, worn, gross look. Okay, I do think I have some issue with my soundboard. But at least it's not blowing my fuse anymore. The game's powering up consistently. But I think rubbers are done. And I don't know, there's some mystery. Somehow I was missing one of these red posts. There's 2, 4, 6, 8. And I somehow seem to only have 7, so if someone can explain that to me, how that would happen. So I'm pretty sure I removed 8. And I seem to have only had 7 when I go to reinstall them. So I did find one. This guy here. I have extras, but that's just weird, man. Where did it go? So that's what that looks like, by the way. I think it looks fine and dandy. I'm good with that. So what should I do now? Throw on the apron, throw on the plastics. I've adjusted all the top side switches now that the rubbers are on. A couple of these rebound switches here. And those guys should all be good. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with this extra plastic that was there, if I want to put it back or not. Not sure yet. Probably start without it and see how that goes. Probably to only discover why they installed it in the first place and that I will have to reinstall it. But that's okay. I want to put it back to original. That plastic is not original. Just, it's a, leaves a gap here so the ball could, in theory, jump over. So I can see why they did it, but I would like to see that in action myself before I install that. So apron and plastics next. Alright, we got apron installed, plastics installed. For the slingshots, oh yeah, I put on Lexan washers in the corners to try and prevent them from getting chipped. And I use the nylon threaded nuts for the slingshots, because if you use the rubber post caps there, sometimes they will pop off. So in spots where the ball doesn't get smashed into, it's not going to pop the plastic right off. And so that's why I use threaded nylon nuts there, because you're smashing the ball in that zone. But I could use the cool rubber post caps everywhere else. This is what the lane guides look like. 2 are basically covered right up. But still looks good. Pop bumper caps. They look good. I cleaned and tightened the sockets, and hopefully the bulbs don't flicker anymore, because they were in there very loose. Also Lexan washers here to try and prevent this plastic from getting chipped. But yeah, Joe's plastics are all in great shape, so that's a nice improvement and saves me from buying the entire new CPR set. It's like one tiny little scuff there. That's really about it. There is no chips or cracks. Remember, this one was missing altogether. I see like some dimming of the lighting. I'm not sure if that's just attract mode, or it's my camera, or my eyes. See that? What was that? Probably just attract mode. Just looks different through the camera. Anyway, that was cracked there. these guys were bad. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the corners. I gotta screw them in. So I'm gonna do that. And then maybe I will LED these controlled lamps and stick in. Here it is. My Alltech lamp driver, brand spanking new, I think. Okay, check this out. I got the lamp driver installed, and I saw this little pin here and it reminded me, I'm pretty sure I need to connect an alligator clip from here to the back box. And it says right here, if you are running LEDs, you will have to connect the switched illumination bus voltage to test point 13 using a wire or alligator clip. So I thought that was this switched illumination bus, or is that's general illumination bus, isn't it? Maybe that's my issue, because I put a wire from here to here and that would stop the flicker here, but then the flicker would begin on the back box. Then I remove it and the back box flicker goes away, but this flicker stays. So either that's flickering or the back box is flickering, depending on where I put that alligator clip. So we need to figure that out still. But I did also LED, as you can see, the rest of the controlled lamps, so it's all looking good there. I just got to figure out this flickering here. I haven't done any of the other controlled lamps yet, so I will sort that out. But check this out. Let's see if my reflowing of display 2, it doesn't show well on my camera. Oh wait, if I just stabilize, stable, Michael. There, stable. Look at that. No more flickering on display number 2. So, making some good progress. I think I'm going to wrap up this video. Would be nice to play test, but I think I'll save that for tomorrow, where I will do the rest of the LEDs and figure out the flickering, and yeah, then get to some play testing and deal with some mechanics, because you know, you could rebuild the flippers, deal with drop targets, pop bumpers, that kind of stuff, and make sure everything is playing perfectly, or as well as I can get it. I do still have about 2 weeks before my tournament, so oh, and then I gotta see what's going on with the sound. Let's do that quick here. Solenoid test. I think right now it's supposed to be sound test, and I hear nothing. Let's hit this button, see what happens. Is it volume? Yeah, listen to that. Here. Yeah, something ain't right. So that's poopy, really poopy, because I'd like to have sound on this for the tournament. And also Xenon, I don't know if I trust that soundboard either, so in the back room I could have 2 machines with no sound if I don't get this addressed ASAP. But to ship out the boards to my guy and back, there's just not enough time for that. So we'll see what happens, but that's some pretty good progress for the day. So we'll call that a wrap. See you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.